And it goes a little something like.
How can love you all summer and after fall I'll keep you all summer and after fall I'll keep love.
And here we are, another episode of the SkolNBolts Podcast. I am your host, Zafa, as always, joined by my co-host.
Nice. Man, it feels like that last episode was like 2 weeks ago. Feels like it's been a while.
It does kinda, I agree. We're getting a little bit of a
I don't know.
late start on this one, so
Oh yeah. It's 8 o'clock my time. So yeah, that's way later than we normally should
but
do it. But
we're getting it done. We're getting it done.
the whole time zone thing's a little goofy to me still, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a bit of a change for both of us, trying to link up with that, but we're always going to make sure that we get it done. And
Yes, sir.
I have to address this as far as some of the stuff that I said last week on the show with the Vikings preseason. I was very, very adamantly said that Sean Mannion needs to go, Kellen Mond needs to stay, and then our last preseason game happened. Now, I am still very much on the mindset that Sean Mannion needs to go. Not a fan, never will be. But Kellen Mond looked atrocious. So much so that the Vikings this week, they had to make a move. We traded
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, 7th round pick to, I almost called them Oakland, but to Vegas for Nick Mullen. And
Oh God.
you know, I don't hate the trade because, you know, we do need a backup. I'm thinking the way that this goes down is Mannion gets cut by the end of the preseason. Mond could be brought down to the practice squad, and Mullins
Yeah, but
is
there's
probably our
there's
backup.
always a risk with that. There's always a risk with that when go on the practice squad because can't other teams sign them?
That's possible. I guess I didn't think of that.
Oh, okay. You said Nick Mullen. I don't know. So I remember when the coach we shall not name was there. He had Nathan Peterman. Was that his name? Peterman.
That was it.
I thought that's who you. That's how. I don't know why my brain instantly thought that because I remember. Oh man, I remember when he threw like 5 picks against the Chargers, and then Gruden kept bringing him back, and I was like, "What are you doing?" No, Nick Mullen. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, here's a funny little dig, you know, towards some of the enemies of my division. Statistically, career-wise, Nick Mullins had a better career than Justin Fields through one season. So, you know, just saying. No, but it's a, you know, minuscule little signing. We needed to relieve some pressure with the backup situation. Kirk's obviously our guy. Knock on wood, he's very resilient. He's tough as hell. Doesn't get enough credit for that. You know,
COVID.
That's his only weakness.
You guys should go get Cam. I've always been a super Cam fan.
Yeah, I know.
Get Cam.
I know you like Cam, but nah, I think it just cost a little too
I'm
much.
back.
Yeah, but then it didn't go so well after that.
I know. I was really rooting for him. I feel like I talked about this a few times already.
You did, yeah. Yeah, I was too. I mean, it was cool to see when he came back and against Arizona. That was a pretty cool little situation.
2 rushing touchdowns, yeah.
But it is what it is. I still think he could play, but I'm not.
You guys should go trade for Taylor Heineke.
Bring him back to Minnesota.
Dude, they got Wentz, so there's no need for Heineke on their team. And again, I feel like I've said this, but I like Kirk, but Kirk's not your future. And Heineke's still kind of young.
Right, he is. And yeah, Kirk, I mean, I think he just turned 34, so I mean, he's still got years in him if he stays healthy. But yeah, he's not going to be our franchise for the future. Right now, we're using him as strictly as a means to try and capture a title now. That's the goal. But we'll
Taylor Heineke. Oh, he's 29. Never mind. I take that back. I thought he was younger.
Has he been around that long? Wow.
I really did not think that. I thought he was under 27 for sure.
I'm surprised by that. One other thing that I want to mention, I hate preseason because of crap like this.
Uh-oh. Oh, yep.
Andrew Booth Jr., our rookie cornerback, who's been a stud in training camp and, played decent so far in preseason, went down with a non-contact injury, helped off the field. All of us
Has there been any update?
freaked out. The update is it was not an ACL. It was just a rolled ankle. He rolled his ankle. I think he should be good by the opener.
That's when you texted me that saying it was non-contact.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, no.
You fear for the worst.
I don't know why. My mind always goes back to Jordy Nelson when it was either his Achilles or his ACL in preseason. And I was like, oh, my fucking God.
Especially, one of those big names.
Yeah, not taking anything away from him, but my mind just goes back to that because it's Jordy Nelson. He has nothing to prove in preseason, so why is he playing?
Right, exactly.
But he does, and then tears his Achilles, and then is done. Like, jeez.
Yeah, which is why I'm glad that we have not seen basically any Viking starters go. But, we got one preseason game left coming up this weekend, one more bye week, and then we are back to regular season football. I'm so close.
Fucking hyped.
We're so close. You can almost
I peeped the Chargers preseason game. I peeped it. It was first game I watched this season, and of course, I don't know why I was hoping to see Herbie. I don't know why, but there was no Herbert, obviously. But man, I don't know the guy's name, but what's his name? He's the kick returner for the Cowboys.
Oh, yes.
Turpin.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I was watching those, and he was fucking insane.
That dude went off. I saw a tweet.
He was so speedy.
I think it was a tweet from him, a year or two ago, saying, if anyone in the NFL would just give me a chance, I'll be the best I think it was best punt returner in the league, is what he said. And then...
Yeah, and he ran 2 back.
He goes and does that. Yeah, pretty
a
impressive.
Kick and a punt.
Pretty impressive. Even it's preseason, whatever, but that's got yourself a roster spot right there.
And I will say, again, first game I watched, I know there was something whatever, but Josh Palmer, I don't like Guyton. Guyton's fast. He had some plays last year, but he dropped way too many passes. And Josh Palmer was a rookie last year, and he looked real solid in that game, and I feel like he's solidifying his spot for that third receiver, and that makes me really happy because, again, he showed flashes last year, but he was a rookie, and I don't know why they kept sticking with Guyton, but seeing Palmer out there, that was nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
J.C. Jackson, though,
I was just gonna say, you mentioned J.C. Jackson. What's going on with him?
It was so I was looking on Reddit, and some people were saying it was just a tightrope surgery. I looked again, and today Brandon Staley came out and said this is something that he was born with, like the ankle problem or whatever. Yeah. It's not like an injury or any. I guess technically it's an injury, but it's not like he just got it. He's had it since he was born, and he said he just would feel a whole lot better if he got the surgery done. And again, it's 2 to 4 weeks. If he can come back for the Chiefs game, I would be more than happy. Raiders are week 1, and I know they got Devontae, but this is what I'm happy about is I don't know how the order is going to go yet, but we got J.C. Jackson, Bryce Callahan, Asante Samuel Jr., and then Michael Davis, who's our 4th corner. He was our number 1 last year. So, it's not going to look horrible if he's not back for the Raiders, but I'd like him back against the Chiefs. But I'm very, very optimistic for the season. So if he really needs to miss the Chiefs game for him to be good for them, completely fine for the long haul, so be it.
Oh yeah, definitely, absolutely. I want to give one other little shout out for the Vikings to T.Y. McGill. I mentioned him last week. First preseason game, he had 2 sacks. This past weekend against San Francisco, he had another sack and a half. So 3.5 sacks in the preseason so far. So he's gonna probably
That's a
find
lot of
himself.
snack.
Yeah, he's gonna probably find himself on that defensive line a good amount of time this season, which is pretty good. We need some depth there. Stop the run, especially when we play up against like Philadelphia in week 2. That could be very good.
I mean, we can just keep going along this preseason stuff because, like I said, I finally watched it. And Easton Stick, the backup quarterback, the order goes Herbie, Chase Daniels, and Easton Stick. But Easton Stick looked phenomenal. Like, obviously, he didn't look like a starting caliber, but he looked solid as a backup.
Nice.
He's a speedy little guy, too.
Yeah.
And then Vandy for the receiving, he looks like someone that we could keep on there even for special teams too. I don't know. I'm just watching that game. It got me super, super. I can't say it enough, man. I'm so excited for the football season to come back.
100%. I'm like, it's starting to hit me that we're getting so close. Like 2 weeks from this Sunday, it all starts for us. 2 weeks from tomorrow is actually the first NFL regular season game in general. So we're getting so close. I'm getting so pumped. Like, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it.
And my schedule came out. So they schedule us. They give us our schedule for the month.
Mm-hmm.
I have every Sunday off during September.
Nice. That's the way to do it.
I know, but I can't look forward to showing up on Mondays to talk football for 8 hours in a row now. But
well, that's why we got this podcast now, so that we can do just that.
Oh, hey there.
Oh, hey, bud. It's gonna be fun. Man. So excited. I don't have anything else as far as the Vikings go right now.
Bolt up.
I like it. Skull, baby, skull. Now,
yeah, I mean, we got us a special little one. We were chopping up some ideas over this last week. I mean, what if I was watching a YouTube video about the Ravens and Niners Super Bowl, and I don't know, it was like an NFL Network little YouTube video, and that just sparked across my mind. What if the power didn't go out?
Right.
And that just led to all these other what ifs in the NFL that got my mind boggling.
And there's so many different scenarios. And as a Vikings fan and as a Chargers fan, I feel like we ask ourselves a lot, what if?
What if Blair didn't miss?
Yeah, exactly.
I can talk about it because I was there. I wasn't throwing a shot.
Right. And it's just, I mean, it's such a valid point. What if?
You know how hard it was to get out of the stadium, man, with every Vikings fan just pissed and upset and drunk?
I can imagine.
It was horrible.
I had to go to work after that game.
Lord, I would have just called in.
I thought about it, but I didn't. I went in at the time, and oh my god, it was the most miserable day at work ever.
I had a mental emergency.
Yeah.
Had a heartbreak.
That's what I should have said. But I mean, what if Blair Walsh makes that kick? Realistically, we win that game and we move on probably to play. Let's see, that season was Super Cam. So
yeah, who was it?
Yeah, I think we would have played Arizona. They were also really good that year. I can't remember the seedings. That was 2015. But we would have played, either in Carolina or in Arizona. Probably, not the best odds for us, but it wouldn't be a, 30 below wind chill football game again. Anything can happen. But
I'm looking at it right now. So, playoffs, get bracket. I'm just trying to find something to see how it went. So, oh yeah, because you guys would have went in there.
Yeah.
That would have made. Wait, was that a playoff game?
Yeah. That was the wild card round.
Wild card. Okay, that's why they're not showing the wild card in here. No, you guys would have played. You guys would have. What seed were you guys? You guys were fourth.
Yeah, we were the division winner. So
you guys were fourth. Would you guys have played second seed?
It depends. It depends who won. If the third seed had won or not.
Third seed did not win in this scenario right here. Just saying, if you guys replace Seattle, because if you guys replace Seattle,
if the third seed lost, then we would have played Arizona, and the lower seed would have played Carolina.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you guys would have walked the Cardinals.
Not necessarily, but we would have had an opportunity to. But that didn't happen because 27 yards is just too much for Mr. Walsh.
It's too much.
It's too much.
You're an NFL kicker and you can't hit a 27-yarder. You get paid to do one job. Okay, two, because he did the kickoffs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he gets paid to do two jobs.
Both just kicking the ball.
You know what? Blair Walsh, 2015 contract.
It
what was
him.
He making? Oh, okay. Okay, he only made $600,000 that year.
That season ruined him. That kick.
He was never the same. He was never the same again.
And you look back at his rookie year, the guy broke the record for most consecutive 50-plus yard field goals made. He was money. He was money at the start of his career. But
he had a leg.
He had a leg. So that's basically, the goal of today's episode. What if? We're going to go over some what if scenarios. That was an example right there. Cactus, you mentioned it. Super Bowl 47, Ravens versus 49ers. It's, one of the more well-known conspiracies with the NFL.
Man.
And,
I seem to have good luck when it comes to Super Bowls and when it comes to betting.
Mm-hmm.
So for this one, I took the 49ers, right? And it looked like all hope was lost, and it was wraps.
Yeah, I mean, at halftime, it was 21-6 Baltimore, and then Jacoby Jones takes the kickoff all the way to the house, 108 yards to the house, 28-6.
Shout out Jacoby.
But yeah, all hope seemed to be lost.
No, he was insane. He was a crazy kick returner. Yeah,
100%.
It just looked like it was donezo, and I was like, "Oh Lord, I'm about to have to pay 5 different people $25, and this is stupid." I was getting upset. This was during the time where my family would still go to Super Bowl parties, so I was hanging around a bunch of random people I didn't know, and I was just pissed. I was like, fuck all of you. I don't know you, and I'm mad.
Yeah. And then something happened.
What happened there?
Something happened in that third quarter. The frickin' power goes out. Beyonce's halftime show apparently knocked the power out of half the stadium at the Superdome down in New Orleans. And
was it really Beyonce's halftime show?
That's what everyone was saying at first, at least.
or was it Mr. Roger?
Did Roger have anything to do with it? Because
did he say?
Because as everyone knows, the power outage lasted over a half an hour, which is a long time when you're in the middle of a football game to just stop
that momentum
and wait. It's not like halftime where you know it's coming, you go in, you know how long it's going to be, and you're going over, what happened, what you need to fix, and trying to get yourself psyched back up, and then you go back out and do it.
Isn't the Super Bowl halftime longer too, right?
It is, yeah, because you got the
big
and
so you already got a long halftime show, right?
Yep.
And then it gets dragged on even longer. I mean, I've never played football at a level like that, but I can speak for stupid high school varsity shit that if you got pulled from the game and you were doing good because you're in high school and they had to rotate players, whatever, your mindset was just, fuck, I just want to get back out there because I want to continue what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can't, and then it just goes downhill. And
football is 100% a game of momentum.
And you know Jim Harbaugh's crazy ass was in that locker room fucking screaming at everyone.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing. Yeah, it was brother versus brother. Jim and John Harbaugh against each other.
Yeah, okay, right. John's the
Ravens. Yeah.
Yep, okay.
It just reminded me that they went against each other. It's crazy.
You know how awkward Thanksgiving must have been?
Oh, I can't imagine. Their poor mother.
John over here eating a little. Can I get the turkey leg? No, only Super Bowl winners get that.
Damn.
And then Jim with his little ring on his finger, picking it up, being like, "What's up, bitch?"
John with the ring.
Goodell got me it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Over a half hour delay, everyone's confused. No one knows what's going on. All of a sudden, that power comes back on, and we got ourselves a football game again. Because suddenly, things start to change. It all starts with Michael Crabtree, little 31-yard touchdown from Mr. Colin Kaepernick. Starts bringing him in a little closer. Frank Gore. Love Frank Gore, by the way.
He's a fucking tank.
Big time. He finds a little 6-yard touchdown run. All of a sudden they're within one score. After they were down 28-6, they're right back in it. And all of a sudden the ratings are going through the roof because everyone had to tune in to see what the power outage looked like. And now all of a sudden you got a football game again. And that's where the conspiracy comes in is, now you have a competitive game, and Roger Goodell is loving the ratings. Loving it.
Oh yeah. You know for that. For the NFL that Goodell is over here fucking sitting at. I don't know if he does. I assume he attends the Super Bowls, right? Because he's sitting in his little private booth or whatever.
He was, yeah.
Turning around with the cat in his hand and the white swivel leather chair, and he's like, just all slowly petting the cat once the lights turn back on. It was fun. Dude, I don't know. I just don't think that. Like, I'm not one to be like, oh, I'm super into conspiracies, but I don't know, man. That's suspect. You're telling me the biggest sport in the country, the biggest game in the country, and you're telling me that they don't have enough. I don't know how electronics work like that, but I assume you got to have like generators, yada, 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 right? And you're telling me they don't have like backups and all this crap to prevent anything from happening on the biggest stage of the NFL?
At a massive, massive stadium. I mean, Superdome.
You're telling me that
73,000 people it holds. So
I don't buy it. I don't buy it one bit. Even though my team I bet for ended up losing, but
it was so close. The final ended up being 34-31. It's a 3-point game.
Did you in the final play? If I'm not mistaken, right? Cap barely missed Crabtree, right?
No, I think that was the previous drive.
Or was that earlier?
Yeah,
was that earlier?
Yeah, I think it ended on a intentional safety, if I'm not mistaken, because it was 34-29.
Wouldn't it be 32-31 then?
No, it was 34-29, and then their punter got a safety, like the intentionally took it, to waste time because that happened with 4 seconds left. And then that made it 34-31. Because there was.
I remember Cap missed Crabtree.
Yeah. Because there was a missed 2-point conversion in there, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, because you look at it, freaking Joe checked down Flacco, that man. Pretty solid game. He was the Super Bowl MVP. Finished 22 for 33, 287 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, solid game there. Anquan Bolden was actually the leading receiver. I can't find it.
And what's funny because he was on the Ravens, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that time.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't he play for the Niners either earlier or later in his career?
No, he went to the Jets. Where he's
He
still
played
there.
for the Niners at some point, didn't he?
Flacco? No.
No, Bolden.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
yeah.
because I know Flacco's yeah, I know he's with the Jets, but yeah.
Yeah.
Bolden played for the Niners.
He did, yeah. I think earlier.
Yep, I remember that. Was it earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yep. Okay, yep. Yeah, I like Bolden. I like Bolden a lot. He was good.
Yeah, he was. And then
I don't know. I feel like growing up around that time for football, you got to. I mean, I feel like that's the best time for football ever. You know how many generational talents you got to witness?
Oh yeah, I mean, you look at the opposing team in the Super Bowl, 49ers. Frank Gore, 19 carries, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. You know, that man's...
Oh, no. Let's go back to the Ravens. Ed Reed. Ray Lewis. He killed it out there.
Yikes.
But, we don't talk about it.
Yeah. And yeah, Michael Crabtree. Yeah, no. We're not going back to that. we can't go back.
Okay. Go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, you're good. And then, you know, after that, everything kind of fell apart for Mr. Kaepernick. We won't go.
Oh, okay.
We won't go into that, but you know,
no, we won't.
Things, you know, definitely changed with his career.
What if Alex Smith came back?
I still think that Kaepernick gave him the better chance that year, because he was
no,
pretty
I'm
great
saying
that
after
season.
that year. I'm saying after that year. What if? Because he didn't play the whole year, right? I thought that was when Cap took over. Like, did he play the whole year?
No, I don't believe so.
Because Cap took over when Smith got hurt. Because I'm pretty sure he got a concussion.
Yeah, that would make sense. He definitely replaced him midway through the season or whatever.
Yeah. Because I know it wasn't. Yeah. Yep. He got a concussion that took him out.
Yeah.
And then, yep. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on Cap. He was honestly one of the best players to play with in Madden for a while there.
Yeah.
Also, fuck EA. But he was really good to play on Madden. You know, all the homies hated. I'd pick the Niners just because I would run on them bitches.
I feel you. As far as the what if, you know, goes, I think so with the whole conspiracy thing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you. I'm not big on like conspiracies with this kind of stuff, but it seems so far-fetched that something like that could happen, because it just seems so convenient for it to work out in the NFL's favor. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, 100%, you know, that's, you know, they did it on purpose, whatever. But as far as the what if goes, if that doesn't happen, you know, I don't think that game gets close. I don't think San Francisco.
Yeah, they walk them.
I don't think they make the adjustments. I don't think they gain any momentum. I mean, how could you at that point?
You can't. You can't.
I think, like you said, Baltimore would have walked on them, and it'd be a forgettable Super Bowl. Like, you know, nobody really remembers
like
Seattle versus Denver.
The Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, that was just such a boring Super Bowl.
That's what I was just gonna say back to you is, yes, part of me wants to think and believe that there was something that happened, but at the same time, I just go back to that. What about the Seahawks and the Broncos?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, if something happened in the Ravens and Niners, I feel like there would have been something in that game, but because that one was just I was rooting for Manning, but Lord, did they get destroyed.
Very much, but he got it the next year, so worked out.
It was as a Minnesotan. Oh, there you heard the little accent, Minnesotan. It was really cool seeing Harvin run that kickback.
Yeah, it was kind of bittersweet because I was a little upset that he left the team. Not like at him, I was just upset.
Yeah.
Because at that point, that's when we were starting to crumble. I mean, you know, Favre was gone. We were in the Christian Ponder era. Harvin was
Man,
gone.
and did you ever watch that interview or article or whatever? Harvin came out and was like, "Yeah, I was stoned every single game."
Yeah,
That's funny.
it is. I mean, he had that problem with migraines.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't play in the NFL level, and I mean, this really doesn't have to do with the what if, but I mean, I've had like 9 concussions throughout my football playing time, and I suffered fucking horrible headaches all the time still, so I can't imagine, because I can guarantee you a lot of these players have had 10s, 20s, and probably not, not all of them are big ones, not all of them are like great, high grade ones or anything, but I mean, CTE it's not fully understood what it like.
That's scary stuff.
It's really scary. I don't know. Have you ever seen the movie CTE?
Was that the one with Will Smith?
Yeah,
I have not seen it, but I know of it.
It was actually a really good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and again, this really doesn't have to do with the what if, but that was just kind of funny how Harlan came out and was like, "Yeah, I was stoned every game." Like, how do these people get away with that? And like Josh Gordon, when he played for I think it was Baylor, how did he get away with sipping lean and smoking weed all the time and getting drunk all the time? How?
Josh Gordon definitely didn't get away with it once he got to the pros.
Lord, what if the NFL didn't suspend people for weed, like, because they took that rule, they made that's not a rule anymore, right? Like, you can smoke weed in the NFL, right?
I mean, it's legal so many places. I think you can. Yeah.
No, but before that, because even when it was legal in the states where it was legal, you couldn't do it because you'll get suspended. But I'm almost certain the NFL took that away. Yeah, NFL weed policy 2022. Okay, so NFL players no longer face the possibility of being suspended from games over positive for any drug, not just marijuana. Well, Jesus. Okay. I didn't know it was any drug. Okay.
Well.
Okay. Well.
Well, okay. So you mentioned Percy Harvin. That brings me into another what if scenario. I'm going to try my best not to get too fired up here.
Oh, Lord.
Because you probably know where I'm going with this. A date that will forever live in infamy for me. January 24th, 2010. The NFC Championship game against the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, man.
There's so
Fuck
many...
Sean Payton.
Fuck Sean Payton. There's so many different, like, what ifs I could ask here. What if the Saints weren't a bunch of cheating bastards at the time? What if Brett Favre doesn't throw across his body in field goal range at the end of the game? What if the Vikings don't fumble 6 times? 6 fumbles. We lost 3 fumbles. 6 fumbles, 3 of them lost. 5 turnovers for the Vikings. What if? Like, and we still only lost by a field goal in overtime, which is why I still get so salty and say that I believe that we were the best team in the league that year. I believe firmly if Favre just takes a knee and Ryan Longwell kicks the field goal and we move on, that we would beat Indy. I firmly believe that we would have beat the Colts that season.
Dude, Favre was on a fucking tear with you guys.
He had one of the best seasons of his career.
And what? How old was he at the time?
41, 40?
Yeah, he was at the tail end of his career. And one thing I really like about Favre, or I've always liked about Favre, is even though his ass was old, he could still kind of move for a 40-year-old.
He could, and like throughout the course of the season, it was such a joy to sit there and watch him complete a pass, and then the next thing you know, he's downfield throwing blocks at 40 years old. He's throwing blocks after completing a screen pass.
Shout out to Tom Brady. Brady does that too. That's always awesome to see.
Of course, absolutely. Favre was a tough son of a bitch who took a lot of abuse. You know, Minnesota's not known for having the best offensive line historically.
You know, his biggest drawback, and honestly one of the better things about him, is the gunslinger, the gunslinger mentality. That's why he threw the interception. If he was going to go down, he was going to go down fucking swinging. But he didn't have to.
All he had to do was take a knee.
Did you guys have any timeouts at the time?
I feel like we had one.
Because why not even just give it to AP or run for a few yards?
Yeah, I don't know why. No, we definitely did, because I remember Paul Allen in his rant saying, "Why are you passing? Why do you even think about passing in that situation? Run the ball." Although there might have been a little afraid to. They might have been a little afraid to run the ball because Peterson fumbled 3 times in that game.
Yeah, he did fumble. Who was the back? Was it still Chester?
It was Chester, yeah.
From what I'm seeing on the broadcast, I don't think you guys had any timeouts because, well, I don't know, because the new broadcasts have the little ticks for timeouts. I don't know if they had them in the old days.
Here's one. Okay, let me simplify it.
I can't believe it. Why did he do that?
Let me simplify it. Here's another what if, because I believe that play doesn't happen if this situation doesn't happen. What if right before that play the Vikings don't have 12 men in the huddle? Because that happened. The Vikings got flagged for
painful.
12 men in the huddle, which moved us back 5 yards. And I am confident, what if they don't do that? I'm confident we don't run that play call. Favre doesn't throw it across his body. We have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Now, we can't, we can't just sit here and say, guarantee he would have made the kick. But Ryan Longwell was very consistent.
I was going to say, super quick note on that, Longwell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it was or how he was related to him, but I played football with someone in the first few years of tackle, and I think he was a first cousin of Ryan Longwell.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
He was related to Longwell in some shape or form.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Quick note on that.
I love that. So, 12 men in the huddle at that point in the game. That's on you, Childress. Brad Childress, if you're listening, fuck you. Sorry.
No, if Childress is listening to our podcast, we love you.
No, we don't.
No, why would Childress be listening to our podcast? And if he on the off chance is listening to our podcast, we love you. And Sean Payton, if you are on the off chance listening to this podcast, we slightly love you a lot less, but thank you for tuning in. And you know what? It's still fuck EA.
Fuck EA. So yes, that one, the 09 season haunts me. I still think about it because for me that was my 98 season. I was young during the 98 season. I was 5 years old. For 09, that one stinks. I cried. I cried after the game because we were so close. And there's so many what ifs. That's the story of being a Vikings fan is what if. I'm used to it, but that one was just the worst pain, and yeah, that's all I got. We were the best team in the league that year.
So, remember that joke I wasn't going to tell you about Gary Anderson?
Yes.
Would it be okay? I don't know the rules on how our podcast works and what we can say and what we can't say, because we do swear a pretty decent amount of times. So you know what? I'm gonna say it, okay? And I hope it doesn't hurt you or to anyone out there.
It's a joke.
Did you know Gary Anderson tried to kill himself? Tried to kick the chair out, but he missed wide left.
Jesus. I knew what you meant because you hinted at that when you tried telling it.
I don't know. I remember my mom told me that when I was I don't know why she told a child that, but she told me that when I was a kid, and I remember that joke because she was alive and a big Vikings fan at the time, and I guess that was something that was said around the time. I don't know.
You
He didn't actually try to do that.
I'm going to be honest. I'm sure that there were plenty of jokes like that were told about Blair Walsh. I'm sure
Probably.
there are.
And
Sure
you know
there
what?
are.
Blair's was a 27-yarder.
It was. But
And
Gary
I froze
Anderson...
my fucking dick off to watch him.
Gary Anderson hadn't missed a kick all season, and his was much more crucial, I guess, because...
You know what? I froze my dick off, and Blair let me down.
That's fair. It hurts being a Vikings fan.
Annoying.
It hurts. It just hurts. Chargers, though.
Oh, man.
What if? What if?
What if we kept the future Hall of Famer?
What if Drew Brees stuck around in San Diego?
What if he never got hurt? That's why he left.
Was it the
Or
shoulder,
that's why
right?
They booed him. It was the shoulder.
Mhm.
Because when he got up, I'm not going to lie, it did look bad. Like, when he got up, his right arm was, like, stuck in the air, and,
Yep.
like, he couldn't move it.
remember.
And I was like, oh, fuck. I mean,
remember
I don't
that.
remember it, but growing up watching that, whenever I was able to comprehend what the fuck it was.
I've seen the
Looking
video.
at that, I was like, Jesus Christ. Could you imagine LT, Drew Brees, and Antonio? Again, this is not knocking my favorite player of all time, Phil. Phil, I love you. If you're listening, I love you a lot. But
I'm
it's
sure,
Drew
I'm sure
Brees,
he's
man.
listening.
It's Drew. He is. We're actually texting right now, but it's fucking Drew Brees, man.
Yeah.
Dude, LT, Gates, Brees.
Imagine.
All three of those players are arguably, I'm not going to say that, okay, I personally think Gates is the best tight end of all time, but we can save that for another talk. The other two, arguably, I'm going to say top 5 at their position of all time.
All-time greats. Yeah.
Yeah, and oh my God, man. Him and LT had a connection. Because don't quote me, but I vaguely remember either a football life with LT where I don't know if he touched about Drew Brees or it was an interview with the two. No, I think it was the LT biography. It was something for like either high school all-stars, like where they were just highly touted prospects, whatever, and they played a game together.
Yeah.
Or if it was the draft, where they did shit in the draft together. But they had like chemistry going. Like they were friends, they knew each other, and they thought it was fucking crazy that they ended up on the Chargers together.
Right.
And you know what? I'm going to say this. If Brees stuck with the Chargers, Brees does not win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
I'm just going to say it.
Wow.
Brees
okay.
doesn't win a Super Bowl. Phillip Rivers, he's the greatest person to ever walk on earth. But the Chargers kind of pissed me off when they drafted Herbert, and then instantly were like, oh, we got a quarterback? You know what? O-line upgrade here, O-line upgrade there, O-line upgrade there. Like, really? Now you're going to touch on the O-line? Dude, you had a quarterback who fucking played on a torn ACL, and you guys couldn't give him something. Yeah, we had Nick Hardwick, and shout out to him. He was a goat. That dude's skinny as fuck now. He looks insane.
So is Joe
But he was
Thomas.
Dude, they look, it's crazy. I mean, obviously they have to keep the weight on because that's their job.
Right.
But to see the transition after the career, it's like,
insane.
Fuck. It's crazy.
It is.
But you don't go out and get him help. Why? That doesn't make sense. And Brees doesn't win a Super Bowl with the Chargers because he would have got fucking destroyed again. He would have hurt his shoulder. He probably would have hurt his shoulder again because he got hurt because the O-line was shit.
Yeah.
He would. I'm not gonna say he wouldn't have had as good of a career. I personally think he might have had a bet, like statistic wise, if he stuck with the Chargers, he probably would have had a better stats than Rivers has with the Chargers. I feel like Brees, he would have had a lot less interceptions. Again, this is no knock on Phil because I have a few quotes from Phil where I'm okay with all his interceptions. Brees would have finished with good stats, and I feel like we'd be talking about Brees the same way analysts talk about Rivers. Skip Bayless, for instance, also he's a tool. I feel like I've said that one time before on this podcast.
Feel free to
he's
say
a tool.
Feel free to say it one more time.
He's a fucking tool. I mean, I've watched it. He's a fucking homer to the Cowboys. He's just annoying as piss.
Mm-hmm.
This is super quick. So Trayvon Diggs is getting cooked, right, by practice squad people. And I don't know if you saw the clip where Herbie was rolling out and Keenan ran a route but stopped and just stood there.
Mm-hmm.
And Trayvon had his back to Herbert, and Herbert just rifled it in, and Allen, touchdown. Obviously, it's practice, joint practice, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're still going hard because it's a practice and you got to learn and shit,
yeah.
whatever. And then Skip Bayless comes on. He goes, "Oh, but he's not really trying because it's practice." Okay, Skip, shut up. This cornerback allowed over 1,000 yards last season. Yeah, cool. He can pick the ball off.
That's what everyone
But he
seems
allowed
to
over
overlook.
1,000 yards.
Everyone seems to overlook, like, you know, they see the
One
interruptions.
oh my god!
They see the interception. They're like, "Oh my gosh," and then yeah, they overlook everything else about his game.
1,000 yards. Whatever. Go back to the point. Shit, where was I? Oh, Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless
yeah.
is cool. We'd be talking about Drew the same way people talk about Phil. Skip Bayless said, "I think Phil is in my hall of really good." Yeah, he's really good, but he never got it done. Okay, Marino never got it done. And Phil is up there with all the stats. Every single stat he has, he's up there. He's up there.
This makes me want to make a quick transition since we're talking about Skip and getting it done and all that with the Cowboys. Really quick, super quick. Skip Bayless should be a fucking Vikings fan because the Cowboys don't win all those fucking Super Bowls in the 90s if we don't trade everything for Herschel Walker.
Herschel, that was another thing we were going to talk about.
Just say it real quick. What if the Vikings don't trade everything for Herschel Walker? The Cowboys don't have their run. I'm just going to say it flat out. We gave up 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, a third-round pick, and a 6th-round pick, plus players. That's all I got to say about that. Skip Bayless should be thanking the Vikings that the Cowboys were even relevant. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just got some good news about my Verizon job and moving back to Minnesota when the time comes and such.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna just finish it up.
I like it that you are you're sticking true to it. Like you're in what you're saying. Like if Breeze sticks around, not a ton of things change. We still talk about Breeze in the same way.
I don't think so.
And he doesn't. And the big difference is he doesn't get his ring.
Yeah, and I don't think because didn't he have like a Iron Man streak where he played so many games in a row or some shit or something? I don't know. But I don't. Tough. He doesn't have the same career. I don't think he does. And again, like I said, I'm not comparing Drew and Phil because I think they're different players. And again, I think Philip is far superior to Drew. But Drew would end his career with better stats than Phil would have. But we'd be talking about them in the same category as of the Hall of Good, not Hall of Fame. Even though again, fuck Skip Bayless. Phil's a Hall of Famer. If Marino gets in, Phil gets in. Fuck off.
I like it. That,
I would die on it. What's the saying? I would die on
this hill.
A hill? Yeah, I would die on this hill for Philip.
Hey, I respect it. And honestly, the talk of, the rings segues right into the next scenario. What if Eli and Phil are not swapped? What if that does not happen? So what if everything plays out where Drew Brees, leaves, they draft Eli, and he sticks around. There's none of that trade business.
Oh man. I think we probably would have been the worst team in NFL history because Eli Manning sucks.
Damn. But Eli's got 2 rings.
Yeah, okay. He's got 2 rings. What the David Tyree? What did he do to do that? Yeah, he broke a sack, but he didn't make the catch. Whatever. You know what? He's not a bad quarterback.
No,
I think he is
I just like
overhyped.
busting your chops.
And I'm going back. I think Phil, he's overshadowed by Big Ben and Eli's rings.
See,
Phil's the better quarterback than both of them.
See, that's really interesting because I have their numbers pulled up right here. All 3 of them,
Okay.
same draft class. I got Manning,
Yep.
Rivers, and Big Ben. The big one that stands out for Big Ben is the career record. Now, Eli Manning's career record.
Don't you dare compare those two,
I'm not comparing.
even though they're brothers.
All right, Eli career record 117 and 117. Don't mind my cat being annoying in the background. Philip Rivers
Like that.
career record 123 and 101. So a better record than Eli right off the bat. Big Ben 144, 71 and 1. So Big Ben stands out with the record.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this is where everyone should be agreeing with you. Take the rings out of it. Forget the Super Bowls. You look at the career stats here. Rivers is above both of them in every category except he threw 7 more interceptions than Big Ben. Career yards, Rivers is just shy of 60,000. Manning is at 57,000. Big Ben's at 56,000. Touchdowns, Rivers has 397. Eli has 366. Big Ben has 363. Eli,
Wait, hold on. Go back. What year are you reading these stats off of? Because
okay, this would be after Eli announces retirement. So 2020.
Phil ended his career. Okay. Because Phil ended his career with 63,000 and then 134 wins.
Okay, so that was This is right after Eli's announcement.
Okay.
So even better, yeah. And then the interceptions, Eli, way more than the others. He had 244 to Phillips' 198 and Big Ben's 191. Career.
And that look, I didn't even know about that. They're also Big Ben and Phil are so close in interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest thing about Phil is everyone just said he was careless with the ball and he did whatever the fuck he wanted. I didn't know they were that close within each other.
And then, like you said, remember, this is as of January of 2020. Big Ben just retired. So.
Yeah, he did play 1 more year than Phil.
Yeah.
And
career completion percentage goes to Phil as well.
Dude, I think Phil is the best QB of the class. And if the Chargers kept Eli, again, I don't think the careers pan out the same for either of the quarterbacks.
No, I definitely...
I can't see it.
Eli, I'm 100% with you. He does not get close to a ring. Everything was right in the cards for his 2 runs with the Giants.
And if Phil went to the Giants, I mean...
If he's got that, if he's got that defense and, the situation set up right, I think he gets the rings.
Phil is better than I will say Phil is better than Eli, and if Eli could do it, then Phil sure as shit could do it.
I feel that.
And maybe Phil would have ended with a ring or 2.
Right. And even again, this you take the rings out, you look at the awards and accolades, it's Rivers all day. Eli's a 4-time Pro Bowler. Roethlisberger is a 6-time Pro Bowler, and he was the 2004 Offensive Rookie of the Year. Rivers is an 8-time Pro Bowler and the 2013 Comeback Player of the Year.
Okay. None of them won MVP, right?
No MVPs.
Okay. So there was I know Phil didn't, but his 2018, I think it was Philip Rivers 2018. There was one of his most recent, like one of his last years with the Chargers. He was like he didn't win it obviously, but he was like I don't know, dark horse or something. People were like, you should look out for him. Like he did good. Like, he didn't
Mhm.
do bad. And maybe this was finally going to be his year.
Yeah.
What year was it? Yeah, he did throw a lot of fucking picks, man. Jesus.
But not nearly as many as Eli.
Exactly. Precisely. From what I'm seeing, it's saying his 2018 year was the year. I can't remember. Yeah. Okay, yeah, he was an MVP candidate that year. Yep, I'm reading it right. He's considered by some to be a dark horse NFL MVP.
There you go.
That's
going to be Kirk Cousins
remember
this year,
that.
by the way.
No,
Just remember
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I can't agree.
Well,
I can't agree. I just can't.
it's fine. When the season,
Because the
when the
MVP's
season ends,
already been decided.
When the season ends, you'll like that.
I will like that when I see Herbie hoisting the Super Bowl, the Lombardi Trophy, and the night before. They still do it the night before, right?
I think so.
The NFL awards, and I'll love that. I'll fucking like that when Herbie is up there fucking with the Lombardi Trophy and the MVP.
That'd be impressive,
right? That's what Kirk said to that's what he said to Jefferson. You fucking like that?
Yeah,
I do fucking like that. Oh man, no. I mean, just to end that topic, I don't think Eli does good with the Chargers, and
agree.
I think Phil gets his rings, and I honestly think Phil has better stats than he ended with the Chargers. And I don't think there would even be a question if Phil makes the Hall of Fame or not. I feel like he would probably. This might be a stretch, but again, I think Phil is a better quarterback than Eli. And if people think Eli should be in the Hall of Fame because of his rings, then I think Phil would be a solidified Hall of Famer if he played with the Giants.
You said it on our first episode, and I think it does ring true. You said that he's like the Dan Marino of this generation of quarterbacks, and I think
so.
I don't disagree with that.
Okay. I mean, we can't play like audio from other places, whatever, on here. It was Phil's exit interview with the Chargers, and it was an emotional one, right? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He said in there at some point, he was like, I just didn't care. I didn't care about my stats. If we were losing and it meant trying to heap one up on 4th and 17 and I throw a pick, I don't care. At least, and then this is when it kind of gets me a little emotional. He started tearing up and he started crying because he's like, but dadgummit, I can say I went down trying. I went down swinging for my team. Yes, you can say, why are you trying to heap it up on 4th and 17? Well, if you're losing and it's 4th and 17 and time's expiring, whatever, you're gonna do whatever it takes to win it.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna put the ball in my fucking bolo tie wearing cowboy.
Hell yes.
I love him.
I personally think that he should be in the Hall of Fame someday.
This is where I will agree with people. I don't think first ballot.
No.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
I don't think first ballot.
Right. I'm just saying someday. First things first, though. We need to get my boy Jared Allen in there. I'd like to see it happen this year. He did not make it last year. Let's get Jared Allen in the Hall of Fame. Pretty nice.
Jared Allen was pretty nasty, man.
Very nasty. Very nasty. One of the greatest sequences ever. The Vikings at home, back in the Metrodome.
He was very good.
I wish I could remember the offensive lineman's name, but for the Tampa Bay Bucks, Vikings, they're trailing. They need some momentum their way, and on second down, him and Jared Allen get into a fight. Not like a full-blown fight, but they're shoving each other, ripping each other's helmets off, kind of. They each get flagged, blah, blah, blah. The start, right before the third down play, Jared Allen's in his face. They're talking even more, and then the very next play, on third down, Jared Allen beats him, gets the sack, and the place just erupts. It is the greatest sack that I've witnessed. It was just wonderful.
Didn't what other team did Allen play for? Was it KC?
It was KC before us, yeah.
Okay.
What a
Yeah, but
great pickup.
he's a Viking in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, he came back to sign with us for like a 1-year deal to retire, or not a 1-year deal, like a 1-day contract to retire a Viking.
Yeah. I'm still, you know what, to touch on that, I'm still waiting for Phil.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still waiting for Phil to sign his 1-day contract to retire with us. Unless he wants to come out of retirement. You know, Herbert can go ride the pine for a few years.
Okay,
no, I'm just kidding. No, actually, kind of. I don't mean to just keep going back and forth. We do have one other what if to talk about, but Herbert actually today, the Chargers released a YouTube video. It was Justin Herbert and Sebastian Joseph Day. They were just talking whatever, and it gets to a point where Joseph Day brings up that Phil said in an interview a few weeks back that he's rooting for the Chargers and he's pulling really hard for Herbert. And it was really nice seeing Herbert talk up Phil, and that warmed my heart a little bit there.
Absolutely. You love to see it.
You love to see it. You love it.
Absolutely.
Well,
let's touch on one more what if before we wrap this up, because we're a little stretched for time, but I do want to hit this last one. Go ahead and ask the question.
What if the Falcons didn't suck? What if they didn't choke it?
28-3.
Oh man, we got to hurry up and talk about this one because we got one more. We got another Patriots involved one.
All right, let's run through this real quick.
Let's keep going. Okay. I mean, that game was crazy. I remember watching it, and I was just like, fuck, really? Is Tom Brady about to just biff it? This is how it's going to go down?
Yep, I'm going to break it down like this. For my quick answer, Falcons, as far as what ifs go, they win that Super Bowl if Matt Ryan doesn't take that big sack that takes him out of field goal range late in the game. That was the dagger.
James White was just crazy.
Just retired.
Did he?
Yeah. Solid career.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit. I think, because didn't Tom win the MVP for the Super Bowl?
Probably.
He gave, if I'm remembering it correctly, it was, I think it was that, because I think he gave James White the truck, or maybe it was the other one we're going to talk about. He gave Malcolm Butler the truck.
Right.
I don't know. It was one of the two where Tom Brady recognized, where he was like, you did this, and you should have won the MVP, so take the Toyota truck or Ram truck, whatever they gave away for the MVP.
Yeah.
But I remember he did that for one of those two. And, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like Ryan. I think he's going to do good with the Colts, but
I'm going to go this far.
He didn't choke.
This might be a hot take.
Ooh, spicy.
Might get a little spicy. I don't know. If Ryan doesn't take that sack, put him on a field goal range. If they get that field goal on that drive, I don't think Brady has enough time. The Falcons get their Super Bowl win. I think people start talking about Matt Ryan as a Hall of Famer with that
and I don't think he's playing today.
You don't think Matt Ryan's playing today?
I don't think he'd be playing today. I'm not saying he's ring chasing, because he's obviously not, but
he wouldn't have as much to prove.
I just don't know why he kept sticking it out with the Falcons. Maybe he just really loves football, but I don't think Matt Ryan would still be playing today because he got the ring and then he finishes his career in Atlanta.
Yeah, and he was nasty that year. He was MVP that year. He was insane.
Matty
Ice was insane. I think we talk about Matt Ryan in a completely different way, and Brady would be.
I think he's respected.
Yeah, 100%. Brady would be without. I think that was ring number 5 at the time. He would have missed out on that. Who knows where that steers them? Probably back to the Super Bowl, but either way, the Falcons. I mean, they've just tanked. They're a dumpster fire now.
I think, okay, super quick last thing on this. I think Mariota might surprise some people.
I
don't think he's a bad quarterback, but I think him and Pitts might be able to hook something up. And I've always loved C/P. I've always loved Cordell Patterson.
So do I.
And I think they could work a little something. I'm not saying they're going to be great, but I think they could work. I think I put them in the same category as the Lions. I think people underestimate them. I'm not saying, maybe not underestimates the word, but I think they think so little of them that they're going to surprise some people this year. I think they will, sure as shit.
I'd be shocked if they win more than 4 games this year.
Really?
That's where my head's at. But enough about that one. We got one more involving the Patriots.
Why would you not give the ball to the best goal line running back?
This is just,
why wouldn't you do it?
This is the most simple what if that we've talked about. What if they hand the ball to Marshawn? No conversation. Seattle wins another Super Bowl. Tom Brady's without another one. It's that
Why
simple.
would you not give it to Lynch? I don't get it. I seriously cannot comprehend.
It makes zero sense.
Okay, even if you wanted to pass it, you could see Butler. He's looking to go jump that route, bro. Just throw it away then. Just hand the ball off next play. You had 20 seconds, or even if you ran it on the first one and you didn't make it, you had 20 plus seconds, and you're going to be able to get right back up to the line. Either spike it. I don't know what down it was, so I don't know if they could have spiked it, or even went for another one.
I think.
Okay, second down. Run it. You go to third. You don't make it. Spike it, because no matter what, you're going to have to get a touchdown. It doesn't matter what play it is.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got to do. And what I will say, so I kind of told you about this before the episode. I think it was health class, and I don't know what teacher this was, and I'm not gonna, even if I knew, I'm not gonna say his name because this was pretty fucked by him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was health class. I don't know what it was. It was math, and it was a math class. Because I'm fucking horrible at math. I was failing. I had an F. I suck, right? And the teacher put out a bet where he was like, whoever can guess the closest to the Super Bowl right will get a letter grade bump up. And he was like, if you can get the exact score and team that wins, automatic A. And my ass over here with an F, but knowing everything about football up the ass, was like, all right, bet. You're gonna regret this, dude. You're going to regret this. And so I put 28-24 Patriots. Sure as shit.
Boom.
Thank you for not running it with Lynch. Because I walked in there. I was like, sup, dude? I got an A. And he's like, yes. Yes, you do. Motherfucker.
Shout out to that teacher for
shouts out to him.
Shout out to him he
did. He was gangster. When I went in there early, so no other kids were in there, and I didn't tell any other kid because I feel like if I told another kid, they would have been like, "Ooh, teacher did that." But it was a little sneaky sneak. But why? It's the most mind-boggling thing. Why would you not hand it off to Lynch?
Yeah, and like I would feel so bad for Seahawks fans if they hadn't just won the Super Bowl 2 years prior or whatever it was. But I can understand that feeling as a fan has to be horrendous. Go watch the YouTube videos. And
didn't they get gifted for the Seahawks for their first Super Bowl? Didn't they get gifted an entry by the Packers? Wasn't it? What's his name?
The major comeback.
Bostic.
Yes.
Bostic on an onside. Why would you not let Jordy catch it? What are you doing?
I don't know.
You're not the hands team. You're there to block.
Hey, as a Vikings
let
fan,
Jordy catch the ball.
As a Vikings fan, I loved to watch it. It was beautiful.
Well, you know what? You're not a Vikings fan right now. We're talking about the what if.
Whatever. You mentioned Packers, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Butler, he wasn't the same after that.
No, he wasn't.
He was not the same after that. He got his bag, right?
Yep.
No, wait, did he get... I don't think he got his bag right after that year because...
Maybe not right after, but he did get it.
Because I know he got a big bag with the Titans.
Yes. I was going to say,
it was the
elsewhere.
Titans. Yep, and then the Patriots they made another Super Bowl, and Butler got benched during it.
Right before it was against the Eagles.
Yeah, and Butler got benched because he and Matt Patricia, he's a tool of a coach. That's why he's not a head coach anymore. He couldn't hack it.
Yeah.
That's why. Side note, that's why I think the Raiders are going to be dog shit, because I don't think any coach that comes out of Bill Belichick are going to be good, because it's Bill.
Yeah.
Bill's running the show. You guys aren't running the show. And Josh McDaniels did Indianapolis dirty. How do you accept the job and then back out? Whatever. Side note for that.
That's
but
fair.
yeah, him and Butler and Patricia had like a little fight or something, and they benched Butler.
Yeah.
How do you bench the guy that won you a Super Bowl?
He was in tears on the bench.
How do you bench the guy that won you a Super Bowl?
I don't know. I'll never understand it.
That's insane. I think we saved the shortest for last, because it's just right down to the point. How do you not hand the ball off to Lynch?
Exactly. Yeah, I think everyone's answer would be the same. So
it's stupid. But again, shouts out to Butler. Thanks for the A in math class.
I love this. I love it.
And
I think
a fun one.
It was. And I think it'd be nice to do more what ifs going forward.
You know what would be cool?
What's that?
If we can, I'm not gonna go tell people to come comment on our videos or anything, but it'd be cool. I mean, if anyone wanted to, had a little idea or something like that, because what would be cool is if we did, maybe 2 episodes a week.
We were talking about that.
Where one of them is like a fun little topic or 2 or 3, or I mean, for this, it's 5, 6, where we just kind of go on just have a conversation about it, and then one of them be our game
recap,
predictions,
reactions, that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we should definitely explore. I like the idea of doing 2 a week once the season starts. So if you guys watch this on YouTube and you like that idea, let us know in the comments, or on Twitter, let us know. Because
at SkolNBolts.
At SkolNBolts, absolutely. I think that would be awesome.
Shouts out to Chargers Talk for making the profile picture and header. I'm going to shout them out every time.
Absolutely. 100%. So we're getting very close. We might have to do our full breakdown predictions video very, very soon.
Yeah, because we're 2 weeks away from the game. I say we wait until, because the first game is always on a Thursday, right?
Yeah, so we can do it not next week, but the week after.
We could do it, maybe not the Wednesday, because that might be cutting it a little close to get everything out. But we could probably do it like Monday or Thursday. Yeah, right before the game.
Yeah, we'll make it work. So
Yes,
I think that's the plan. I'm gonna cut it here, just because we're a little short on time now. But I had a lot of fun discussing these little topics. I'd like to do more going forward. We can do more next week or somewhere down the line. There's so many what ifs in NFL history that we can cover. And I like the idea of having these like little fun episodes where we can talk about stuff outside of our favorite teams.
Yeah. And I feel like that'll, not everyone wants to hear Chargers and Vikings. So let's just have throwback to the good old days and just talk football, man.
Hell yeah. I like that. And
this was a fun one.
It was, and I think we can do something like that next week. So look forward to that, everyone.
Let us know what you want to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys, like I said, listen to this on YouTube, subscribe if you're not. I've noticed that we, have, I think 40% of our listeners are not subscribed. So we'd love to see that number go up. Like the videos. Like if you guys watch us on Spotify, share the episodes, recommend us to people. We're just trying to get our little show out.
Honestly, one more super quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded the YouTube Analytics app or whatever it was, and I saw that we have 45 hours of watch time, which I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that means per person, but I just want to say, like, we've been talking about this for over a year, and to actually have people sit down and listen to it,
it's awesome.
That's fucking awesome, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Love it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I got to say, man.
That's all I got, too. Thank you guys for tuning in. Joe, it's always a pleasure. And
Zappa.
yeah, we'll see you guys next week for another episode of the SkolNBolts Podcast. Later, y'all.
And it goes a little something